all with real unlimited data. Super interested? Cool. Buy iPhone 12 with super fast 5G and a dual camera system. Then get real unlimited data on the Silver Unlimited plan for just $20 a month for a whole year. That's $300 in savings. Told you it was super great. Savings plus a new iPhone always makes sense. Less dollars, more sense. Now with Straight Talk.
You're a very good man, Mr. Bridgerton.
So Bridgerton continues to reign supreme on Netflix. Get this, fans have already watched 223 million hours of season 3 alone.
Now the cast is dropping all kinds of fun behind-the-scenes shenanigans from this on-set Taylor Swift TikTok.
Baby, we can shake, shake, shake. Yeah!
To this Beyonce Cuff It dance break. We see you, Eloise Bridgerton.
Happening now.
Tracking tropical downpours on authority radar. Where they are now, where they're headed, and how long this is going to last in just a bit.
A confession and evidence from the scene. That was what a jury saw and heard today in the trial of Andres Tarnava, who's accused of killing and burning a woman back in 2021. We'll take you inside the courtroom for today's testimony.
It's a debate in a presidential election that is very tight, but that's not what's going to make this debate in 1 week so special. We'll tell you what it is and why it's also considered a defining moment in American politics. The News at 5 starts right now.
Indecisive weather on this Thursday. One moment a warm breeze, sunny. The next it's cloudy and raining.
And windy, too. It's just as fast as it starts to rain, it stops. This on top of a lot of rain that fell yesterday. Adam tracking it all. So do these gray skies we're seeing in between the sun have anything left to give?
Oh, they absolutely do. And some heavy downpours out there. Of course, sunshine mixed with the downpours. Very tropical type of pattern that we're in today. Think of South Florida or a tropical island. It's sunny and then boom, a big quick downpour, then it's sunny again, and it's just a cycle. And this is a good cycle to be in. This is kind of rain that we like to see and we like to have. Okay, these are heavy downpours, and we've got rainfall rates on the order of 5 to 7 inches per hour. So we've got some moving through San Antonio right now, but I want to time out our next batch that'll be moving through town. Here's our next batch, and that's headed to the northwest. These are moving just over 30 miles per hour. So that's going to make it to Lavernia at 525, Marion High School at 541, China Grove, that next batch, at 549. And Schertz, you can expect that next batch at 5:51 p.m. Right now, the heaviest rain downtown, just west of downtown and to the southwest through Lackland and all the way down into the city of Atascosa. This is just good soaking rain, and you look at the accumulations so far over the past 24 hours, and check this out. It's nice to see green because that means an inch of rain or more. The yellow's down to the south. That's an indicator of at least 2 inches of rain estimated by Doppler radar. Check that out. 0.9, 0.6 to 1.6. So we'll talk more about these showers, take a look elsewhere across the area, and how long this is going to last in just a bit.
All right, thank you, Adam. They are burn barrels that were used to destroy evidence of a murder and a taped confession from the man accused. Those two explosive pieces of evidence against Andres Tarnava shown to the jury today.
He's charged with fatally shooting Marisol Klingenhofer and then burning her body. Eric Hernandez in court when the jurors heard in his own words what he did and even why he did it.
A month after the disappearance of Marisol Klingenhofer in the spring of 2021, Andres Tarnava was detained. What he told investigators during his interrogation was shocking. Tarnava telling Texas Rangers Klingenhofer allegedly stole his late father's military ID and social security card, and he wanted to make her pay. He told Texas Ranger Jesse Perez he shot her 4 times in the face and then took her body to his property off Lucky Road.
When you burned her, how many pieces did you have to cut her up into? You cut her whole. You cut her whole.
And it refers to placing her in the, I believe it says asenador, which is a slang term for either oven, fire, barbecue pit. And then I ask him where the senador is, where. I also ask him Lucky Road, and he acknowledges it.
Photos shown in court show small bone fragments found inside barrels on the property. And speaking of those barrels, they were brought into the courtroom to show the jury. Here is a closer look at what they look like in this photo. That's how they were found at the scene. As for having remorse for what he did,
But that was my world. And I will do this again.
the trial continues Friday morning. If found guilty, Tarnaga faces up to life in prison. Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
The 16-year-old accused of shooting his own mother on Tuesday in court facing a judge for murder. That judge ruled that the teen will remain in custody until a hearing on July 3rd. Police say the 16-year-old got into an argument with his mother, 37-year-old Luz Aurora Gonzalez, and then used a shotgun to shoot her in the back of the head. It happened outside of a home on Delgado Street on the west side yesterday. Gonzalez's mother and daughter describing to KSAT what they saw yesterday, saying they had a troubled family dynamic in play.
A SAWS crackdown on water wasters among several votes today in city council chambers. The new drought rules mean if you're a SAWS customer, watering hours will change immediately. If you water in the morning, it must be between 5 a.m. and 10 a.m. If you're watering in the evening, it must be between 9 p.m. and midnight. Those are among some of the changes. You can apply for a variance if you don't have an automatic system. The days you can water, according to the last digit of your address, remain the same. This will be the case when we're in stage 2, 3, and 4 water restrictions. Another change, instead of getting a citation for watering violations, violators will get a charge on their bills, which you'll have the option to appeal. This way, SAWS customers in suburban cities will face the same enforcement that SAWS customers already do. One of the biggest changes takes effect on July 6th. The heaviest water users will have to pay a new surcharge during stage 3 water restrictions. For residential accounts, that means paying an extra $10 and change for every 1,000 gallons you use above 20,000 gallons. For a complete breakdown of the SAWS new watering rules, head to KSAT.com and look for this article.
First, it was Bexar County Commissioner's Court. Today, it's San Antonio City Council, both now throwing their support behind Toyota's expansion plan. Council members approving a $24.4 million economic incentive package. It includes a 10-year partial tax break for the manufacturing plant on the city's south side, as well as a promise to use the remainder of the taxes for nearby public infrastructure. The city package also includes a $1 million economic development grant and $800,000 worth of city and SAWS fee waivers. This comes 2 days after Bexar County commissioners approved their own multi-million-dollar incentive package for Toyota. The company says it's investing close to $532 million into this project. That's expected to create more than 400 new jobs.
Stray dogs an issue in a lot of our neighborhoods, and beginning next year, Animal Care Services will open 2 new service clinics, one on the east side, one on the west side. Those clinics will be located on South New Braunfels and on Castroville Road in the Las Palmas area. The city expects each facility will perform at least 6,500 surgeries a year. Assistant City Manager David McCrary, who's currently filling in as the interim director of ACS, says the locations of these new clinics represent areas of the city that have been identified as lacking access to things like spay and neuter clinics.
We've had one on the north side and south side. These are also areas that we've looked upon over time as deserts for certain services. Now we're going east and west. So that's why now you'll see the east side on New Braunfels, that's your Denver Heights community, right? There's a need there. The numbers are showing there when we look at the data. And that's what we're doing. We're following the data. Same thing for when we look at Las Palmas. Here you go with the west side, that even though districts 5 and 7, that location is going to be ideal for the community there that needs it.
Right now, the timetable for the new ACS clinics to open late January to early February.
New at 5, the U.S. Supreme Court today siding with a former Castle Hill City Councilwoman who sued after she was arrested for a minor crime. Sylvia Gonzalez now getting her case alleging political payback kicked back to lower courts. She was arrested back in July of 2019 and charged with tampering with government records for allegedly stealing petitions off the mayor's desk. She spent a day in jail, but the charge was later dropped, and the reason was never fully made clear. Gonzalez then sued the city, claiming her civil rights were violated in retaliation for her political stance against the city manager there. The U.S. Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals ruled against her. Then the Supreme Court took it up. She can now go forward with her federal suit against Castle Hills.
President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump gearing up for a historic showdown with the stage set for CNN's June 27th presidential debate. The debate qualification window closed just after midnight, meaning only Biden and Trump have made the cut.
Washington correspondent Julia Benbrook takes a look at the razor-thin race just 1 week out from the first face-off for these candidates this election season.
Political rivals, President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump, are scheduled to step on to CNN's debate stage next Thursday. It's the first debate in U.S. history between a sitting president and a former president.
Is anybody going to watch the debate? He's going to be so pumped up. He's going to be pumped up. I'll be debating three people instead of one half of a person.
Only Biden and Trump met the debate requirements set by the network, which included constitutional, polling, and ballot qualification thresholds. A lot is on the line for both candidates.
What do you think you need to accomplish on that debate stage?
Say what I think. Let him say what he thinks. The things he said are off the wall.
The two remain locked in a close race. A national poll published by Fox News on Wednesday shows Biden leading Trump by 2 points. It's a 3-point improvement for Biden over last month's Fox News poll, where Trump led by 1 point. Some experts say Trump's recent criminal conviction could be a factor.
Trump is a convicted felon now, which he wasn't a few months ago, and independent voters really don't like that in their president.
President Biden does have a slight advantage with some of those swing voters. Now, granted, we're 5 months ahead. Those numbers are going to constantly change.
The debate could be a defining moment in a presidential race that's solidified earlier than usual and features two universally known candidates. Reporting in Washington, I'm Julia Benbrook.
Take a live look outside on this Thursday. We told you about this indecisive weather. Well, it's decided to rain at I-35 in New Braunfels. It's one of the areas near downtown where some of those rain showers are coming through. Again, it's not raining everywhere in the KSAT viewing area, but we've got these tropical downpours and we'll take them.
Yeah, a little rain here and there. Straight ahead, it's a distinctive rash with an intense reddish color. But it may look more menacing than it really is. A deeper look at a common childhood condition that's going around right now and what you can do for it if your little one has it.
I'm Myra Arthur here in the newsroom, and here's what we're working on for the news at 6 o'clock today. The city of San Antonio is preparing its next multi-billion-dollar city budget. But how do San Antonians want their tax dollars spent? We look at the results of a city budget survey, which includes a few surprises. Plus, two families are trying to figure out what to do next after a destructive fire. It killed as many as 4 pets, destroyed one home and damaged another. We'll tell you why one woman we talked to says this is a loss for the entire neighborhood. That and more today on the news at 6.
Thank you, Myra. Red, rosy cheeks and a fever. If your child has those two things, there is a chance it's fifth disease, and it's going around.
Yeah, Julie Moreno from our KSAT digital team went to University Hospital to find out just what it is and how to treat it.
Fifth disease is caused by a virus called parvovirus B19. It's also known as erythema infectiosum, slapped cheek.
Slapped cheek. You can see how it got that nickname. Fifth disease is marked by a distinctive rash that causes red splotchy cheeks, says pediatrician Mandy Svatek.
And then sometimes the rash can appear lacy, bumpy on the body, but usually when we see those cheeks bright red, we know it's parvovirus B19.
And yep, it's going around.
So you can get fever, you can get congestion, tummy pain, diarrhea, headache, fatigue. And then the rash after a few days comes, and usually by the time you get the slap cheek appearance, you're not contagious anymore.
The virus is usually nothing to worry about. If the fever persists for longer than a week, or if your child is immunosuppressed, you'll want to consult a doctor. Otherwise, just treat the symptoms. Ibuprofen for the aches and pains, and for the itchy rash,
Usually just the antihistamines that are over the counter can work and help a little bit with the itchiness. Sometimes the Benadryl creams can help as well.
Julie Moreno, KSAT 12 News.
Taking a look outside with live cam, we just got hammered overhead with a big old storm at KSAT downtown, and I guess a few other people are too.
Yeah, out towards the airport doesn't look too bad though.
No, actually, it's not, but you can see some rain
off in the distance.
Yeah, on the edge of the airport.
Here and there.
Oh, it's so beautiful. If only we could have this more often, right? Just give us this kind of weather once or twice a week. We'd take it. Now, our rain chances will be falling off in the coming hours. 30% chance, 7 p.m. through 8 p.m. and then by 9 and 10 down to 20%, and then overnight just a 10% chance, basically a stray light shower possible. But most of it's happening right now. After sunset, rain chances really fall off because the sun's giving us a lot of energy that we need to help develop the clouds into rain showers. Look at our time lapse. Ready? This is beautiful. Boom, good downpour picked up. That's just one of many, of course, that we have out there today. And this is just what we needed. Some good, healthy, soaking downpours. Putting it into motion over the past hour. These are moving east to west, still coming in on shore. But what I want to point out is you see how they become more isolated and widely separated upstream where they're coming from. A clear indication that our rain chances will be falling gradually over the next few hours, whereas some of the more initial activity right along I-35, you see it's more widespread. The showers are more numerous. They're not quite as broken up, but this has been some good rain. And the next batch is moving through Floresville right now, or I should say moving into Floresville. And this is headed off to the east-northeast. Let's give this an ETA here. So it's headed in Floresville. It's going to be Somerset by 5:53 p.m. Stockdale getting in on some of that. And you look up into Bulverde, Canyon Lake area, just a gully washer right now. Big downpour, Smithson Valley over toward Bulverde 281 and 46. As for the actual rainfall rates, how hard the rain is coming down, it's these purples where it's the heaviest, and those purples are these high rainfall rates. It only lasts for about 10-15 minutes, but if it were to last an hour, it'd be 4 to 7 inches of rain, which gives you an idea of just how hard it's raining outside within those downpours. Of course, I had a good photo queued up. Got to check our connection. Sometimes we get gremlins. Anyway, it was a photo. I'll have it at 6. It was just showed the street just full of water with the drainage from these downpours. New drought monitor updated today, but keep in mind, it does not take into account our rainfall yesterday and today. Coming up at 6, I'll isolate the worst drought areas and then overlay the rainfall totals on top of it. But right now I want to get to what's happening out there. You see over the Gulf of Mexico, not as many showers. We're going to be losing a lot of that action here over the next few hours. And overall, we're looking at a fairly dry pattern going forward, just isolated, stray, quick pop-up showers possible in the afternoon tomorrow. 76 degrees in the morning tomorrow. Very humid out there. Very, very sticky. Dew point around 79 right now. Clouds to start the day, then sunshine. That sunshine could help destabilize us enough to give us just a few of these showers that we're seeing out there today. Just a few. 90 degrees, the high temperature. And that's been one benefit of the clouds and rain lately. Not as hot. 87 in Tarpley tomorrow. Bernie 86, 90 in Floresville. Divine 90 degrees for the high temperature. This weekend, we'll make it into the 90s. 93 to 95, Saturday, Sunday with a lot of sunshine. And next week, it looks like we'll stay in the 90s. Keep in mind, the average high is 93, so we're going to be pretty close to that. The upper level heat high is not going to be centered overhead. At 6, we'll take a look at where it is, where it's going, and how it's going to affect those parts of the U.S.
All right, Adam, looks great. Thank you.
All right, one pretty talented big man talking about another pretty talented big man.
Yeah, so Anthony Davis has been in the league quite a while, and he's faced Victor Wembanyama twice during the regular season, so he knows exactly how tough he is, and he also knows that Wemby's future is bright. Plus, Texas A&M baseball is getting ready to play for a national championship coming up.
Series finals to take on Tennessee.
Texas A&M baseball will play for a national championship in big board sports. The NBA season is over with, but the compliments keep coming in for Victor Wembanyama. Lakers big man Anthony Davis recently sat down with the Join the Lobby podcast, and he talked about which player was the toughest for him to cover, and the 12-year NBA vet pointed to Rookie of the Year, Victor Wembanyama. The Spurs and Lakers played 3 times during the regular season, and AD faced Wemby in 2 of those games, sitting out the other one with an injury. And here's what he said in part, quote, like 7'4", 7'3", that can handle, can shoot it, and like once he grows into his body and gets strong, it's going to be a problem. Wemby, he'd like that. End quote. And how about this? Anthony Davis has a new head coach after the Lakers agreed to a 4-year deal with former NBA player and NBA analyst J.J. Redick per ESPN. This will be Redick's first head coaching job, and he's friends with LeBron James, with whom he co-hosts a basketball podcast. Texas A&M beat the Florida Gators 6-0 at Charles Schwab Field last night, earning a spot in the program's first ever College World Series final. The Aggies have won 3 games in the CWS for the first time in school history. Now, 4 pitchers combined to shut out the Gators last night. A&M scored 2 runs in the first and added some insurance runs in the 5th and 6th innings. And the Aggies will now face the overall top seed Tennessee Volunteers for the national championship. So game 1 between the Aggies and Vols is set for Saturday, 6:30 p.m. Game 2 is this Sunday afternoon at 1, and it's live right here on KSAT 12. And Game 3, if necessary, will go down Monday night at 6.
What's very interesting is these are 2 teams that know each other very well. I mean, they're 2 SEC teams.
Yes, and also we're going to have a new national champion because these programs have yet to win that.
Never.
All right. New national champion, first time.
Yeah, yep. Love it. Thanks, Larry.
We'll be right back.
I want to show you a developing traffic situation. The access road at I-35 in Palo Alto completely closed down. You see one of the vehicles involved in what looks like an accident. Another one has already been towed away. Looks like they're about ready to clear the scene and open back up the access road. But again, this is at I-35 and Palo Alto.
Need to be careful out there. It's raining in a few places.
Yeah, and it's heavy rain, and especially in construction sites where you typically get the poor drainage and some ponding of water. Anticipate that. Now, look at the rainfall totals just over the past few days. You got onto the Texas coastline, and bam, Rockport, nearly 7 inches of rain estimated by Doppler radar. Cotulla, about 3 inches. Pleasanton, about 1.6 inches. In and around San Antonio, the south side got a little bit more than the north side, 1.89 in Elmendorf. And then you head up to the north, and let's just go 1604 and 281, 1.18. But of course, it varies significantly depending on the exact neighborhood. We know that's the nature of rainfall around here. And let's look at the radar at the moment. Turn the lightning back on. Not a lot of lightning here. No threat of severe weather. This is just good tropical downpours. That's what we have going out there. Now, notice how they're less numerous off to the east where they're coming from. The clock is ticking on these downpours. We just have through about sunset with these.
Thanks, Adam, and thank you for watching the News at 5.
World News up next. See you back here at 6.